Frankfurt Airport is Germany's largest airport and a key transit hub for Star Alliance Airlines in Europe. It ranks as the 13th busiest airport in the world for passenger traffic and stands as Europe's busiest cargo airport. Various attempts have been made to model Frankfurt Airport, starting with Microsoft's handcrafted version, followed by Aviotek's freeware release, and FeelThere development of their own version. After a long development period, Aerosoft has now released its version of Frankfurt Airport. Let's find out if it's worth picking up. Before we get into the review, let's quickly familiarize ourselves with the airport. We are just off to the east of the airport, just off of runway 25 left, which is in front of us. To the right of runway 25 left is runway 25 center. And then off in the distance, you can see runway 25 right, as well as the one cross runway for the airport, runway 18. We're gonna come on down here. This is one of the terminals, Terminal 2. One of the major current active terminals at Frankfurt Airport. And then coming over here, further to the left, further to the west, we have Terminal 1, which is the primary Lufthansa terminal for the airport. Further along to the west, we have the fuel hub, as well as Lufthansa Technik, where Lufthansa does most of their maintenance at Frankfurt Airport. And then we have some cargo areas where FedEx, Lufthansa Cargo, and DHL do some work. Then you can see off in the distance, runway 25 right, as well as the taxiways which cross over the highway. Then over here we have runway 18, and coming around the field we have another Lufthansa Technik hangar. And then the brand new terminal, which is under construction, Terminal 3 here at Frankfurt Airport. This terminal is not yet open. It is still under construction. So with that, I think we have enough to get ourselves into the review. Let's start with the terminals. Frankfurt Airport features two main terminals, with a third currently under construction. Aerosoft has invested significant effort into the exterior 3D modeling and texturing of all of these terminals, and has done a commendable job on the interiors of the two operational terminals. The iconic windowed facade, paired with the gray panels and Lufthansa logo, captures the essence of Frankfurt Airport. This detail is especially impressive compared to the logoless default rendition. The texturing of the walls is well executed, offering a realistic, weathered appearance. However, it seems like a considerable amount of copy pasting was used, as each gate's weathering appears identical. Terminals 1 and 2 feature dark tinted windows that allow users to see inside while maintaining a realistic look. These windows blend seamlessly with the non-windowed sections of the terminals, providing a cohesive overall appearance. The under construction Terminal 3 boasts a beautifully modeled exterior with intricate details. It is missing an interior model, but that is not something to hold against the developer, as this still isn't done in the real world, and it won't be done for 2 years. If you believe estimates for how long it will take Germany to finish building an airport. The airport also features several buildings scattered across the field. The iconic control tower is impressive in its design, though it lacks a detailed interior, which might be a letdown for some. The Lufthansa Technik hangar is a standout with exceptional detailing. I particularly appreciate the reflective quality of the windows. The fuel depot is well done, including a nod to sustainable aviation fuel, which I appreciate. The cargo port is well modeled. It includes hubs for Lufthansa Cargo, DHL, and FedEx, so this airport will pair well with the upcoming PMDG 777 freighter. The landside modeling of this airport presents a mixed picture. The passenger drop-off area feels quite barren and lacks vibrancy, which detracts from the overall realism. However, the area just outside the main terminal is well done, featuring numerous office buildings and hotels that are beautifully rendered. One standout feature is the highly detailed model of the train station, which arguably surpasses the level of detail found in the airport interior itself. Curiously, there's no attempt to model the train system beyond the station or include moving trains. Perhaps this is a subtle nod to the operational performance of Deutsche Bahn. In positive train news, they did model the Skyline train, and it moves, so that's exciting. The ground textures are a mixed bag. While they are detailed in some areas, in others, the developer seems to have relied on satellite imagery, which can appear lacking. Frankfurt Airport is known for its intricate combination of asphalt and concrete pavements, resulting in a patchwork of blacks and grays. The asphalt textures are quite good, particularly the runway wear details. Runway 25 left in particular looks authentically worn, with faded white pave that adds to the realism. The concrete pavers are well rendered, though the edges where the pavers are rotated can appear quite rough and unrealistic. Ground markings are a highlight, with the airport featuring an incredibly complex set of markings throughout the apron. These are rendered beautifully and enhance the realism of the environment. Beyond the airport property, the ground textures are less impressive, especially on the highways. While the signage is well done, the textures of the ground and bridges are underwhelming. This lack of detail is more noticeable during approaches to runway 25 center or 25 right. On a positive note, the taxiway bridges leading to runway 25 right over the highway are well executed. Additionally, the lack of any corrections to the satellite ground texturing for the train is incredibly disappointing. The night lighting is generally well done, though it does highlight some deficiencies in the scenery. For instance, when looking toward the terminal, the back wall is clearly visible, but lacks detailed design. Additionally, the window layout doesn't fare well at night. The rectangular window panes are outlined by bright white lighting, which doesn't look appealing from a distance. Despite these shortcomings, the airport remains fully functional at night. Both the taxiway and runway light operate as expected, with the runway lights being visible from an impressive distance. For flight experience, the first thing many of you are probably wondering about is performance. Honestly, it's not great. I did some comparison testing to any Build's Heathrow, and the scenery performed about 5 to 10 frames worse. For me, that puts it into the low 20s when flying a PMDG, and I'm scared to fly here with anything that is tougher on my system, like the Phoenix, for example. You can pull a few frames back by disabling some cosmetic items, but it's still really rough. The LOD profile of the airport is excellent. The terminal doesn't abruptly pop into view as you approach. It remains visible from a distance and stays consistent as you turn onto final, helping to maintain immersion. Aerosoft added a bit of ground clutter, though not quite enough in my opinion. On the positive side, there's a noticeable number of ground vehicles constantly moving around, which keeps the airport from feeling lifeless. The airport includes a visual docking guidance system at each gate, assuming you're proficient at taxiing, which I did not show off my skills very well here. However, during testing, I had mixed results with the jetway attachments and them lining up well. When looking into the terminal, you'll notice some passengers standing around. Unfortunately, it's the same 5 passengers in identical poses every time, which can feel unsettling once you spot it. None of them are doing anything. They're just awkwardly standing there. It would be nice to see some passengers sitting or engaging in different activities walking around the terminal. This part of the scenery feels a bit rushed. For those who enjoy viewing their airplane from inside the terminal, you're out of luck. At least in my experience, the drone camera wouldn't stay still inside the terminal and instead would zoom up to the roof. This scenery doesn't exist in a vacuum, as there's also a freeware version available from Aviotek. That option is perfectly adequate for the occasional visitor to Frankfurt. However, in my opinion, the detailing and modeling aren't quite as polished as Aerosoft's version. So, should you buy this scenery? At $25 US, it's roughly in line with other mega airports from any builds, for example. Personally, I find the price a bit steep given the performance and quality issues I've mentioned. If you're an infrequent visitor to Frankfurt, the freeware Aviotek version should suffice. However, if you frequently fly into this airport and have a computer that can handle it, I'd recommend this product. As a German myself, I'm particularly excited about the upcoming long-haul planes with Lufthansa liveries and am thrilled at the idea of having a detailed Frankfurt rendition in my collection. So that will do it for this review. For FS Elite, this has been Spencer. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see everyone next time.